The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Covered by Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is universal.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it. Oh, yeah. Let's do some sports concepts and rationalizations. We do them each and every day, and we do them for about 10 minutes. And at the end of this 10-minute drill, Beef, we hand out a prize pack. Tell them what they're going to win today, friend.
As always, Danny, one lucky Guggen at the end of the 10-minute drill. Gonna score a floral arrangement from our friends over at Kuhn Flowers. They'll even deliver it. And for you, selfishly, you can keep for yourself a delicious mocha cold brew and a chocolate fudge brownie from Chick-fil-A.
I got to think that Tony La Russa is going to be the next manager of the White Sox, right? I mean, why would they even – I mean, they didn't
But it's weird.
Yeah, but they didn't just call him out of the blue. They must have said, hey, listen, we're going to make a change.
How old is Tony La Russa?
76.
Yeah, I will say this. La Russa is a closer.
Yeah.
You know, teams that are close, they call in Tony La Russa. He wins. He wins titles. He did it. He came really close with the, people don't even hardly remember La Russa as a White Sox skipper, but wasn't he the manager in the early 80s when they went to the
there for like 7 years,
with Lamar Hoyt and that group? And
that 83 team that was good, he was the skipper.
And then the A's started to get good. La Russa goes out. They win championships. The Cardinals, or hadn't.
Well, I think they won with him, right?
Who?
La Russa.
Won who?
The A's.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I thought you said he went out. I think
he went out there and they won. I'm saying he took over and they won titles. So I think what it tells you is the White Sox feel like they're ready to win a championship right now.
Yeah. Tony La Russa went to 3 straight World Series with the A's.
Yeah.
88,
they lost 2 of them.
89,
they were
and 90.
upset in 2 of them.
Yeah.
Swept by the Reds in 90.
And then the Reds swept them. No, well, the earthquake one they won.
Was that 89?
Yeah, 89
Yeah, they lost to Kirk Gibson, the Dodgers one, and then they lost the 90 one to the Reds.
Shout out to Jose Rio.
Jose Rio, that's right.
He'll forever be on my hit list for 06.
Are Jose Rio, Mario Soto different guys, I guess?
Yes.
Allegedly.
Mario Soto was the man when I was like a teenager.
Just so you know, there's one more missing there. If you want to go a little bit old school with the Reds.
Pedro Borbon.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He would be the third of the
junior
brothers.
pitched for the Braves.
Yeah.
Not quite as good as Dad.
No. Dad was either bit Buzz Capra in the dust-up with Buddy Harrelson and Pete Rose.
Buzz Capra, another Brave. There have been a lot of very nondescript Brave Met guys through the years.
Buzz Capra won an ERA title for
us.
you.
Yeah. He was a young phenom, and then he just disappeared. I think he may have started the All-Star, and he had like a great start.
I'll tell you a great Brave or a guy we got one year and helped us win. George Stone, a pitcher, and he went like 12-3 for us. It was unbelievable. So, and then of course Felix Mian, great Met Brave.
Yeah, there's been a lot.
Baseman.
Willie Montanez.
Yeah. A lot of people forget Hank Aaron spent 5 years in New York.
That didn't happen. Tom Glavine.
Not a great Met. Great Brave.
I know you don't like him.
I don't like him.
Bring it up.
I don't like him. He won his 300th with the Mets, though.
I wondered this question myself. It comes via the text line, and to kind of continue what we brought up last segment with the coronavirus positives around the sports world, and including probably the biggest yesterday.
All we had to do
was Nick Saban.
Was beat the Marlins.
Yeah.
And Tom Glavine gave up like 7 runs
so
in
that the
first.
Braves could make the playoffs. It made it even worse. I think we got in because of that.
It was a Braves thing.
Yeah.
He did it on purpose.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I wondered this, too, so I'll ask you.
Yes.
I was reminded on the text line. In fact, it's in my own personal pre-show notes. If Georgia were to win this weekend, does that count as a former assistant beating Saban?
Yes.
I'd say no, because he's quarantined. If he
doesn't matter. It's Saban versus Smart. I mean, you can sit there and say no, and
if
that's
they
cool.
win
It's a good
Saban,
topic.
let me ask you this:
if Saban's going to get the L,
you think is he? I don't know. He's not coaching the game.
Well,
I don't know.
If in the book Saban's coaching the team, then it counts. If they go to Sarkisian's coaching record and add one win or lose, then it doesn't count.
This is where the court of common sense should rule. And I don't care if it's Nick Saban. If he's not coaching the game, he shouldn't take the loss.
Yeah.
That to me. But that's good. I don't know if we answered that correctly. I'm not sure we're positive what exactly the protocol is, although I would imagine that question's being asked a lot. So we'll find out that answer for you. In fact, I'll probably find it out before we're done with the 10-minute drill. So the Jags defense appears like it's been repaired now, and it should be pretty dominant. I don't know if you got this, but we had a trade with the Titans yesterday. Yeah, Kamale Correa is now a Jag. I mean, that's
okay.
That's a scene shifter, if you ask me.
Did he have 5 sacks last year?
Correct.
Yeah, and he's not
3.5
playing
year
at all.
before.
Listen, we joke. He immediately becomes probably the second, third best linebacker on this roster.
Yeah.
And he'll play a lot this weekend. I'm always nervous when the good team in our division doesn't play and lets go of a guy.
Well,
and the bad team, like, suddenly he's going to be
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So even if he is good, you may just be further defining where you are.
I'm looking at the speaking of the Jags, they did this little article on biggest surprises for every AFC team thus far in the 2020 season. And it's like kind of like statistics, or I'll give you a couple examples. Like for the Ravens, it's Lamar Jackson running.
What do you mean?
He's running with less success.
Okay. I was going to say, we just talked about earlier, that's not working as well.
For the
And passing has
Bengals,
been
for the
gone.
Bengals, it's the decline of AJ Green. For the
Is that a surprise?
maybe for the Texans, it's overall DVOA. That's a metric.
I don't like that one. I don't know what
For
it
the
means.
Colts, it's Phillip Rivers when losing. For the Chiefs, it's Mahomes versus the blitz. So they're pulling out some interesting stats.
Yeah,
So
that's fine.
with that said, with
The
the Jaguars,
DVOA, you lost me at DVOA. I
Yeah.
literally checked out for the next two
Yeah.
descriptions.
Well, for the Jags, it's red zone defense. Overall, the Jaguars have been the worst defense in the league this year, according to both yards per play and DVOA. Again, DVOA is an important metric.
Chief, I need you to define DVOA for me, please, before we're done here.
Did venture opportunity annihilation
Analysis, I believe.
analysis. What is DVOA? I don't know.
I think for
Defense adjusted value over average.
I think
Yeah.
what the Jaguars do, though, they just, when they analyze the Jags, they just take away the V.
But the Jags have been surprisingly strong inside the 20.
Awesome.
Ranking 10th in DVOA in the red zone. Opponents have managed touchdowns on only 12 of 21 red zone appearances, 9th in the league. The bad news is that over time, red zone defense performances trend to revert to match defense overall. As such, it is very likely the Jags, already stuck at 1-4, are going to be allowing even more touchdowns the rest of the season. That's exciting news, isn't it?
I don't.
We're giving up 30 a game,
Yeah, I was
and we're
gonna
going to give up
say.
even more touchdowns.
Well, no, here's what I don't understand about that.
Yes, sir. They're saying if you're bad, if your defense is bad, it doesn't always. Over a short period of time, it might tighten up in the red zone, but over a long period of time, it's bad at the 50. It's going to be bad inside the 20. That's what they're saying.
I would suggest to you, regardless of what the red zone stats say, they're already bad inside the 20. They're bad everywhere. They give up, like you said, 30 a game, these jokers. Also, in yards, I mean, they're even worse in yards. Second most yards allowed in the entire league, I believe.
Oh yeah, we already know that.
Third most. It's the Seahawks giving up. Golly, almost that's like a college number.
I tried to tell you.
I know. 471 for the Seahawks, 446 for the Falcons, 416 for the Jags, and then surprisingly, and I don't know how they're going to do it now without Cam Correa, the Titans 409.
Well, the Titans are in trouble. 'Cause we got Cam man, Camster, Camadiddy. Here we go. Let's go, Cammy. So we got that going for us.
I feel like I would hope that I would think this, based on and you probably would back me that I do, because this is more back to the COVID, as much a COVID take as it is a sports take. I find it to people to have a lot of nerve to be blaming Dan Mullen at all for anything that he said.
Yeah, I know. That's ridiculous.
Because, and I'll tell you why. If Dan Mullen lived in California, where the state regulators and the laws and the rules prohibited a crowd, then we would be way out of line. But Dan Mullen is coming off a game where he was just in a stadium where the crowd made an impact. 2 days after the governor and health leaders of his state said that stadiums can host as many people as they want, why would you not encourage your stadium to be full?
Well, I'm going to criticize Dan Mullen for different reasons on that one, because that one was dumb. I'll let it slide in terms of.
See, I would disagree this dumb only because.
I'm gonna tell you why it's dumb though.
Okay, well then you think the governor and the State Department are dumb because they said it's okay.
Yeah, it's selfish too, and I'm going to tell you why.
All right.
Again, I'll let it slide. Heat of the moment. Dan Mullen said after the game on Saturday he was ticked because A&M had a big crowd and so we better have 90,000 in the swamp on Saturday, which you're not going to have. But there's numerous reasons. But one of the reasons, Dan, is because your school is choosing to charge $390 for tickets inside the 30s.
Well, that's a different
$100 in the upper deck and
different story,
$650 in the touchdown terrace. So, Dan, I got an idea.
He doesn't even know that.
Well, maybe you ought to become educated before you spout off.
Those are
so,
different.
Dan, I got an idea. Why don't you take during these times where people are, struggling out there, don't have jobs and such? Why don't you take 100,000 of that $5 million you're making and say, I tell you what, Florida fans, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy 1,000 tickets in the upper deck. And first come, first serve, spread out, socially distanced. If you want to come and screen your head off for the Gators, I'd appreciate that. That's how you handle it, Dan. You don't double down.
You know who handles it like that?
Yeah.
The coach of a pitifully inept, unpassioned fan base.
Yeah.
So now we expect coaches to pick up the tab for fans to come to the game?
No, but I don't expect coaches to sit there and say we should have 90,000 during a pandemic and blah, 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 blah. When people aren't going to the game, they're not allowed to tailgate. There's no college game day experience down there. So what am I going to go down there? I mean, I'm going to sit at home, and I can't afford to go spend $1,600 to sit there and watch the Gators play with my wife and 2 kids. I don't have $1,600 laying around. Dan,
well, again, now
that's why.
Like I said, we're in complete separate arguments. My argument is he has the right to want fans to be there because those that are in charge said they can.
Yeah,
it's not like he's going against the flow or the rules or anything else. But your point is a different one.
Yeah, but and also again, those in charge, the governor, yes, but the school also has some protocols.
And they are allowed to too. That also is there.
Scott Strickland said afterwards, we're not changing that.
Afterwards,
yeah. Well, he might have checked with his boss.
Well, or his boss could have checked with him, or could have told him.
Yeah.
Look, somebody should have been aware.
Jeff. It's foolish to sit there and think that you're going to have 90,000 people in the swamp on Saturday a week after you're only allowed 17. That's
I guess
all I'm
I
saying.
interpreted that a little different.
Yeah.
I didn't think that he literally meant they'd be shoulder to shoulder, but hey, it's time to get some atmosphere in the swamp.
That's not what he said.
Well, there's no way you're going to get 90,000 on short notice anyway. So, regardless.
Correct. Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, I'm willing to.
My point is more to those, this is, 18 Florida kids have this is karma on Dan Mullen. Why?
Why?
He didn't suggest anything that was that's not allowed by law.
Yeah.
But by his school again, that's a complete different thing. Boy, I thought the Rays were going to get the Astros and just sweep and sit and wait on the next team. They did it again in the ninth, man. They scored a run, then they got a runner on.
The ball that jumped off Adames' bat, I thought was gone. And it was a double. Hit it to the deepest part of the park.
And then the last batter, Choi, almost hit it out.
It wasn't Choi. It was the Japanese guys. And I don't know his name, but he was, and he hit it, and he ripped one. Apparently, they were saying, it was interesting, and I don't pay attention to Japanese baseball, but the commentators were saying
this guy's a superstar.
Well, they were saying too that if you're successful in Japanese baseball, you know how to hit a slider because that's what you get a healthy dose of over there. And so Presley was throwing sliders. I mean, he struck out. I tell you, the Lau guy is just in the tank. He can't hit at all. He was their best hitter all year, and he can't hit. So he had struck out. But, yeah, they were knocking right on the door. And Dusty went old school and left Greinke out there to get some outs, some key outs, and it worked out for him. So
Greinke is a weird dude, man.
He's strange.
What he said, even though what he said in the postgame, well, it's about time they left me out there, something to that effect.
Yeah. He didn't flash a 2 or a 1, I don't think.
Yeah, that was fake
Learned
news.
his lesson on that one.
That was fake news. He wasn't telling him a thing. He was asking to have the signs thrown at him again. But it was good. It was a funny story that afternoon.
Yeah.
But in case you missed it, the last playoff series, Zach Greinke was caught like in between pitches. He's like holding up 2 fingers and he's motioning to the catcher, and it was assumed that because he has done that in the regular season now, so there's a reason you would jump to that. But at least according to him and the catcher, he was just resetting the signals, not announcing that he was throwing a curve. But he did throw a curve, and he did take it deep.
He did.
But
anyway, so the Rays will try to finish him off today. It's only the 9th team in, I guess, LCS history down 3-0 to even force a Game 5.
I believe that. It's a very big hole, 3-0 in any series.
And, of course, only one team in the history of baseball has ever come back from a 3-0 deficit, and that would be the Bo Sox.
We got some really good games in the NFL this weekend.
All right. I like it.
Yeah.
Bucks-Packers, I know.
That's awesome down here in Tampa.
Jags-Lions.
Some would say. Browns-Steelers is the one that catches my eye.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Right? I mean, I don't think people understand because Cleveland has been bad for so long. But for some of our younger Googans out there, maybe 30 and younger, the Steelers-Browns have a rich, violent, aggressive rivalry.
Well,
I would say that the Browns, the Steelers for the majority of their existence, the Browns was their top rival.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Now it's the Ravens. But
Tomlin had a good line this week. They asked him because it's Browns Steelers and they're 4-1 and 4-0. The Steelers haven't been 4-0. This is amazing since 1979. But they asked him, this is the Myles Garrett, Mason Rudolph deal.
Now the teams have played since then, but Garrett wasn't eligible.
So somebody asked him, and Tomlin just was like, "Look, man, it's the Browns Steelers. I'm not taking that low-hanging fruit and talk about some reality TV crap." That was great. I give him credit, man. That was good.
The Steeler fans.
You want me to take this low-hanging fruit, bro? No, I'm not doing
One of the biggest disconnects in all of sports to me is how much average Steeler fan hates Mike Tomlin. They don't think he can coach.
Yeah.
They don't like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doc Murphy, rabid Steeler fan in studio, waiting for his segment next. Agrees. So.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we'll go inside the injury report next.
Let's
Doc
do it.
Kevin Murphy, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, joins us. It's the drill on a Thursday, brought to you by Custom Tree Surgeons. Beef.
Caller number one, Beef. Tell them what they're going to get. First one out of the gate, 641-1010.
First one out of the chute, 641-1010. Gonna first have a floral arrangement from Kuhn Flowers delivered, and they'll also go home with a limited-time Chick-fil-A Mocha Cold Brew Coffee, accompanied with a delicious chocolate fudge brownie. So call now.